Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, how are you today? I hope you in good situation. Before I answer my final exam, let me introduce myself. My name is Jihan Fauziah. I am from class 1B. My student number 120060051. And here I want answer my final exam. And here there are 3 points. The first point is poetry, the second prose, the third drama. Okay, I will answer for the first point is poetry. In poetry, please read loudly the poem entitled Hope written by Emily Dickinson, and after that tell about short biography of Emily Dickinson and the analysis of her poem. Okay, I will read the poem Hope by Emily Dickinson. Hope is a subtle glutton. He feeds upon the fire and yet inspects it closely. What abstain is there? He is the helicon table that never sits but one. And whatsoever is consumed, the same amounts remain. Okay, the next, I will short tell biography of Emily Dickinson. Emily Elizabeth Dickinson, born 10 December 1830 Amherst, and she died 15 May 1886 Amherst. American lyric poet who lived in seclusion and commanded a singular brilliance of style and integrity of vision. With mind, Dickinson is widely considered to be one of the 2 leading 19th century American poets. Only 10 of Emily Dickinson's nearly 1,800 poems are known to have been published in her lifetime. Devoted to private pursuits, she sent hundreds of poems to friends and correspondents while apparently keeping the greater number to herself. Okay, the next, I will the analysis of her poem. Hope is the thing with feather is one of the best known of Emily Dickinson poems. An extended metaphor is like the concept of hope to a feathered bird that is permanently perched in the soul of every human. There it sings, never stopping in its quest to inspire. Emily Dickinson wrote this poem in 1862, a prolific year for her poetry, one of nearly 1,800 poems she penned during her lifetime. Only 7 of these were published while she was still alive. Her sister Lavinia collected and helped publish all of her poems after Emily's death in 1886. Okay, the second point is prose. In prose, tell review of the novel Oliver Twist written by Charles Dickens as follows. Point A, short biography of Charles Dickens. Point B, summary of Oliver Twist novel. Point C, character and characteristic in Oliver Twist novel. Okay, I will answer for point A, short biography of Charles Dickens. Charles Dickens was an English writer and social critic. During his lifetime, his work enjoyed unprecedented popularity. He is now considered a literary genius because he created some of the world's best known fictional character and is regarded as the greatest novelist of the Victorian era. His novel and short story enjoy lasting popularity. Dickens was regarded as the literary colossus of his age. His 1843 novella, A Christmas Carol, remains popular and continues to inspire adaptation in every artistic genre. Oliver Twist and Great Expectations are also frequently adapted, and like many of his novels, a folk image of early Victorian London, his 1859 novel A Tale of Two Cities, set in London and Paris, is his best known two work of historical fiction. Okay, the next point B, summary of Oliver Twist. Oliver Twist is the story of a young orphan, Oliver, and his attempts to stay good in a society that refused to help. Oliver is born in a workhouse to a mother not known to anyone in the town. She died right after giving birth to him, and he is sent to the parochial orphanage where he and the other orphans are treated terribly and fed very little. Oliver slowly recovers and is extremely happy and grateful to be with such kind and generous people, who in turn are ecstatic to find that Oliver is such a good-natured boy. When he is well enough, they take him to see Mr. Brownlow, but they find his house empty. He has moved to the West Indies. Meanwhile, Fagin and his mysterious partner monks have not given up to finding Oliver, and one day Oliver wakens from a nightmare to find them staring at him through his window. He raises the alarm, but they escape. Nancy, overhearing Fagin and monks, decide that she must go to Rosemary to tell her what she knows. She does so, telling Rose that Monks is Oliver's half-brother, who has been trying to destroy Oliver so that he can keep his whole inheritance, but that she will not betray Fagin or Syke. Rose tells Mr. Brownlow, who tells Oliver other caretakers, and they decide that they must meet Nancy again to find out how to find Monks. They meet her on London Bridge at a prearranged time, but Fagin has become suspicious and has sent his new boy, Noah Claypole, to spy on Nancy. Nancy tells Rose and Miss Brownlow how to find Monks, but still refuse to betray Fagin and Sykes or to go with them. Noah reports everything to Fagin, who tells Syke, knowing full well that Syke will kill Nancy. He does. Mr. Brownlow has in the meantime found Monk, who finally admits everything that he has done and the true case of Oliver's birth. Sykes is on the run, but all of London is an uproar, and he eventually hangs himself accidentally in falling off a roof while trying to escape from the mob surrounding him. Fagin is arrested and tried, and after a visit from Oliver, is executed is executed, Oliver, Mr. Brownlow, and the Miles ends up living in peace and comfort in a small village in the English countryside. Okay, point C. Character and characteristic in Oliver Twist. Oliver is a young, good-hearted, and even when faced with serious maltreatment, he never loses his sense of morality or kindness. Fagin is the leader of a gang of boy thieves and a very greedy and vicious man. Mr. Brownlow is a very respectable-looking and elderly gentleman. Nancy is a young woman and prostitute raised into their profession by Fagin. Rose is Miss Miley's niece, a beautiful 17-year-old woman who is both intelligent and perfectly kind. She is an orphan who is taken in by Miss Miley and ends up married with Harry Miley. Miss Miley is an older lady who, despite her age, is very dignified and stately. Noah is charity boy with a fierce look who works for the undertaker and enjoy bullying Oliver. Harry is Miss Miley's son. He is about 25, has a frank and handsome face and easy demeanor, and is deeply in love with Rose. The next point C. Point C is drama. In drama, tell summary of the drama The Sorry Wrong Number and answer the following question. Okay, I will tell summary of The Sorry Wrong Number. Sorry Wrong Number is a play written by Lucille Fletcher in 1952. The main character is Miss Stevenson, an invalid, who has been attempting to get in touch with her husband, who is working late. However, the line is busy and she ends up overhearing a phone conversation between a killer named George and his boss. They are discussing the specifics of a pending murder of a woman at 11:15 p.m. that same night. Miss Stevenson attempts to get a call trace. The operator uses her to contact the police, which she does. The police can only say they will check into things. Miss Stevenson then learns that her husband will not be home that evening. She realizes that she is the intended murder victim. She desperately tries to get back in touch with the police, but she is too late. The murderer is already in the house and listening in on the call. Just before she is connected to the police, Miss Stevenson is murdered. Okay, in here have 4 questions. I will answer. The first question: where does Mr. Stevenson suddenly go away to on a business trip? My answer: in Boston. Next, what does Miss Stevenson overhear on the phone when trying to contact her husband? My answer: she hears 2 men discussing a murder plot. The next, in what city does the play take place? In New York. New York is the city in which the play is set. It is the location of the Queensboro Bridge, Miss Stevenson bedroom, Murray Hill, and 2nd Avenue. New York is a massive city full of murders, which Dovey say the police do their best to stop. The last question: what is the primary motivation for Miss Stevenson killer? My answer: because her illness and the constant care it requires. Okay, that's enough from me. Sorry for my mistake and thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.